I feel like my 26 male, fiancé, 26 female, is pressuring me into having a kid. For the last couple of years, my fiancé has regularly expressed how badly she wants a baby. It used to be something she would mention in passing once in a blue moon, but now she mentions it several times within a month and has had several tear-filled meltdowns about it. And it only continues to get worse every time someone we know gets pregnant. The thing is, it's not that I don't want a baby. I've made it clear that I also want a kid, several at that, but it's that I know that we are in no position to have kids right now, specifically when it comes to our finances. We struggle to pay for our own basic needs, let alone the needs of a baby. I've tried conveying this angle to her and I'm always met with, well, no one is ever financially ready to have a baby, or, we'd figure it out. I find it odd that she would want to bring a kid into this world while being so financially insecure. She herself had an extremely precarious childhood on account of her parents' financial insecurity, and she's mentioned that she resented them for it. I've never said this to her, but I also genuinely just don't think she's ready to be a mother. Not that I'm trying to equating the two, but she doesn't even take care of the 2 dogs that she begged me to get. I am their sole provider, and she complains when I so much as ask her to refill their water bowl. Not that this is a litmus test for taking care of a baby, but when someone claims that they feel as though their sole purpose in life is to be a mother, I don't really see that being demonstrated in any capacity. Back to the point of this post, I'm feeling major pressure from my partner to have a kid when we're not ready for it. She asks me all the time when we can start trying, and I genuinely don't even know what to say because anything I respond with doesn't seem to be good enough for her. There have also been times when we've been having sex and she tells me to finish inside of her, knowing that I'm uncomfortable with that. She has straight up ruined times that we've been intimate because of this. There's more that I could say, but I'll leave it at that. How do I get her to understand that it would be so irresponsible to have a baby right now? TLDR. I feel like my partner is pressuring me into having a baby and I'm not ready for it. If you're having unprotected sex with this person, you will be a parent before you're ready to. It's unclear how you think a marriage is going to work between you if her priorities are so different from yours. Because people who have a "it'll all work out no matter what I do" attitude usually have it about everything. So do a lot more talking before you get married. I've never said this to her, but I also genuinely just don't think she's ready to be a mother. And yet you asked her to marry you? You are deeply overdue for an honest conversation on this subject. Yes, it's going to be unpleasant, and it may well result in the end of the relationship. Although if you genuinely don't see her as mature or responsible enough to be a parent, I have a hard time seeing that as a bad thing in the long run, but you need to address this instead of hoping you can put it off. Or even making it about finances and your readiness when the problem goes deeper than that. I think you jumped the gun on your proposal. It takes a special kind of person to tell someone who desperately wants a kid that they also want a kid and want to get married etc. When in reality you think she'd be a bad mother. You're 26 years old, listen to yourself talk and call off the wedding. Your fiancé is clear on what she wants and she wants it with you. It's on you to own your feelings and to be honest with both yourself and her. You both deserve better. Sounds like she could benefit from therapy. Also, you need to be honest with her about how you don't feel she is ready as a person. That's a big deal and not something you should hide. Lastly, regarding financial stuff, you need to put together a plan. Quantify how much it will cost, where you can cut expenses, raise income, how long you'll need to save up, child tax credits, all of it. Then you guys can have something real to negotiate about. Indefinitely postponing things probably adds a lot of stress to her. I suggest you buy your own condoms and keep them in a different spot. She may try to baby trap you. So, I would hesitate to even have sex with her. Edit to add that therapy seems like a wise decision rather than having children at this time, and not sure when your wedding is planned, but you should probably hold off on that too. My wife, 35 female, confessed to me, 36 male, she wasn't positive my daughter was mine. I, 36 male, have been with my wife, 35, for 16 years. We have 3 kids together, ages 15, 12 and 7. My wife and I actually met because she was originally seeing my older brother. We all went to the same university, and there's always been jokes in the family since she left my brother for me. They weren't anything serious and had only been seeing each other for a short while, there were no feelings hurt. A few weeks after being in a relationship with my wife, we found out she was pregnant with our oldest daughter. In March, my brother passed away. We were all very deeply distraught. My wife was acting weird for a few days, and I asked her about it, and she started crying and confessed that she honestly didn't know if our oldest daughter was mine or my brother's, and now he's dead. I was deeply hurt because I was always confident she was mine. My wife never showed any concern. I told her I wanted a DNA test, so over the course of the next few weeks, we went through that. My daughter turned out to be mine. But the whole process my wife was emotional and nervous and depressed, and continuously asked if my daughter wasn't mine if I promised to still love her. I feel deeply hurt that she'd been hiding that inside her for 15 years, knowing all these years my daughter I love and thrive for may not be mine. I feel betrayed and kept out of the loop. It makes me worry what else she could have lied about. I can't stop thinking about how big of a secret that is to keep for 15 years and my partner kept it. It has tarnished the trust I've had for her. I don't want to end our marriage, but I don't know how to trust her again. Advice? You wrote that you were only in a relationship a few weeks when she found out she was pregnant. How could you not have wondered about the paternity? A few weeks into the relationship? Y'all didn't even let the breakup between her and your brother marinate before you got together? You and your brother were both having sex with your wife around the same time. Your wife did not betray or lie to you. You should have known that it was a possibility your daughter was your brother's based on the overlap. You get with your brother's girlfriend and a few weeks into dating she's pregnant. I think there's no point thinking she's lying because it's honestly super weird for you to get with her anyways. If you know who her ex is, which is so strange, then I doubt she's hiding anything else. Did you know she slept with him that recently before getting together? Like, did you guys get together right after they stopped seeing each other? Here's the thing. I am willing to bet that she was 98% sure the kid was yours, but when your brother died it enhanced that insecurity and she went through several what-if situations. I think because she built this up over time and through trauma, her feelings were much more dramatic than they probably once were. Was it fucked up? Yes. Does it mean she's lying to you about other things? I don't think so. The child is yours and you can continue to love her just like you did before. Sit down with your wife to talk about it more and ask her about her thinking process and what happened. It's not worth a divorce. What is fair? Me, 30M, wife, 29F. My, 30M, and wife, 29, have 3 kids, 6 years old biological and a 3-year-old and 1-year-old adopted. My wife is a SOM and I own 2 businesses and work from home 4 days and work at my business 2 days. I am struggling with burnout. I cook all my own meals, kid duties and household duties are split roughly 50-50. The pressure of keeping our household running smoothly and running 2 businesses is killing me. Every time I try to open up to my wife about how I feel and how I'm struggling, she just says that these are our kids, not her kids. Which I 100% agree with. We both grew up in traditional households where dad goes to work and mom does everything else, which we both agreed we don't want, and I want to pull my own weight, but I'm dying inside. How do I approach this with my wife, or is the solution for me to suck it up, deal with it? If it matters to anyone, I earn a high income. Money is not a problem in our relationship. Too long did not read. I'm burned out with running 2 businesses and splitting household duties. Every time I try to open up to my wife about how I feel and how I'm struggling, she just says that these are our kids, not her kids. Sure. But if she wants 50-50 on household duties and childcare, then she should also be contributing 50% of working for income. It's absolutely unfair for you to be doing 100% of that and still doing 50% of all the other stuff. That makes your overall split, essentially, 150/50ths, or 75/25ths. You haven't indicated what you want in this post. What does the ideal work split look like in your mind? If I were you, I'd reduce my hours. If you're living comfortably, why work 6 days a week? Money won't buy you time. And you need time to relax every now and then. Unfortunately, that is difficult with 3 small kids, because it's the 24th of July 365. But not impossible. Or, if you can afford it, try hiring some help too. If she is a stay-at-home mother, she should do more household duties, taking care of the kids. It seems very unfair to spilt that 50-50 next to your job. What does she do all day? Both parties should work approximately the same amount of hours, either working or doing household stuff. If she doesn't also have a job, she should be doing more than 50-50 of the childcare and house chores. My husband went to work and I stayed home. I did all the chores and cooking. And I did all the childcare, until he came home. Once he came home, we would share the childcare 50-50. She's not doing enough. Sadly, you can't force her to do more. Only chose to accept it or leave. If you accept it, start hiring people. You need a break. How do I, 28F, move on from my unreal relationship with married, 29M, man? Met a guy at work. He vented me about his awful living situation and he's been trying to leave his wife but feels trapped because of the kids. We started as friends, just venting for weeks, and it turned into something. 2 months later he is telling me he loves me. I have feelings for him after I told him I didn't want to get involved unless he was 100% leaving and unhappy, which he reassured me over and over. Then one day he said his kids said something that triggered him and he can't leave. Now it's weird. He's acting like I didn't mean anything, but keeps telling me, I just don't express about my feelings like other people, I hold it in. He tells me he's sorry and he didn't think that would happen, but he grew up in a divorce parent situation and he didn't want that for his kids. He's unhappy but won't leave. Wife threatens to kill herself if he does. Am I stupid for even thinking he might leave? Please no hate. Warning. I'm not holding back in my response. I just don't express about my feelings like other people, I hold it in. This is not unique, not even a little. Am I stupid for even thinking he might leave? No, he has manipulated you into thinking he will. But it's time to face reality. You got involved with a married man, and you need to cease all contact this instant. Nothing good will ever come of this. To be blunt, there's no future scenario where this goes well for you. You made a mistake getting involved with him, own that, learn from it, and move on. No hate, but he's not leaving her. He likes having you both. Sounds like you're disappointed that you didn't destroy a family. He couldn't have an affair with himself, you are responsible here. I'm pleased he has seen sense and broken this off. Try dating single people. He's lying about his wife. He knows that you'll sleep with a married man if he can make you pity him, so that's what he's doing. Oh, honey.